I need to like really be focused to able to explain the whole thing. But basically, okay, Basic knew a girl, right? And that's Carol, and we went over to her house in Indonesia, and we switched around a little bit between some of their places, and we ordered like food and stuff, and apparently we all knew that we had to pay for some of the stuff that we were using there. We all knew that, right? And everyone except me, Balat, and Basic paid until today. But I paid, and Balat paid for me and him earlier today. So now I think it's just Basic. I really didn't know. I won't talk about it. No, not about Basic and shit. I'm not talking about that. Like that's none of mine. I'm talking about me. Like I wasn't even gonna stream today actually, but I just don't want people to think that I really gotta like chill out for like 5. I can't do this in a draft, and I'm talking to people too. It's not good. So we all had to pay for stuff for Carol because she was nice enough to like let us stay at her houses and stuff, right? And I loaned my friend Balat, who was the one who slept in the mom's room. It wasn't any of the actual lineup members. I loaned him $800, and part of my thing was where I told him, yeah, sure, you could have $800. Because he was going through some stuff, right? I'm not here to talk about that. Like, I don't care if you needed the money, sure, go right ahead. But some of the money was going to be used to pay for some of my expenses, including Caro's stuff, because I just was lazy and I didn't want to do it. So since I gave him the 800, I said, look, Balag, could you pay for any stuff that I have to maybe have been paid? I sound like a 4-year-old, dude. Could you pay for me for Caroline? And in exchange, you only have to owe me $500. And Balat said, yeah, sure, no problem. And he only paid it today after all of this. And I didn't know that it was unpaid. I really didn't. So me and Balat are now paid for because he paid for both of us today. There's a screenshot as well. If you go to Caro's Instagram, you could see where she's actually talking with Balat, right? And he says, yeah, I could pay for Zane because I owe him money. That was the deal we worked out. He was just late on it. And I just had no idea about that until recently. So when I heard about it, I messaged Balat, and then he said, yeah, he'll pay her soon, and then he paid her today. So you stayed at Carol's house term 4, agreed to pay for the stuff you used and food ordered. And you gave Balat $800 and told him to pay Carol instead of you, and he didn't pay until today. That would be correct, yes.
J donated €2 through Super Chat.
Because Balat needed to borrow money because he was in a bad spot at that time. He was going through some stuff, like he literally just got divorced while we were there, and he spent a lot of money. So he needed to pay bills with stuff, right? Which, you know, like that, it fucking happens, you know. I'm not saying this to like, you know. That's just the context. That's the context. And then for some of that money, it was going to be paid to go to Carol. And Balat just paid that today. And I had no idea until today. Who's Balat? The coach, the big dude. The big dude. Yeah, he got divorced there. Actually pretty sad. It actually is pretty sad. He was the one I talked to the most there. Out of even probably all the team, I talked to him the most. I think I've explained almost everything.